Alright guys, see, told you I wouldn't be going for long. Today is going to be a little different. I'm going to be, oh, watch out. I'm going to be ranking, dang, that guy's got some mufflers, okay. I'm going to be ranking every Spider-Man movie from the worst to the best. Alright guys, some of my lists a lot of people will disagree with because my list is a little different. And so, getting them all shuffled out. I have my, yeah, they're all DVDs, so don't judge me. Alright, so my list is going to be a little different. So, at the end of the video, I want y'all to like it and comment. You don't have to like it, I don't care. But I'm going to be, I want to see what y'all's opinion is on every Spider-Man movie. So let's get right in. Coming in here at last place, really no surprise, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Alright, not much of a surprise here if you have seen it. It's kind of a mess, but it's somewhat pretty good. Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone have good chemistry together on screen, which, I mean, I know at the time they were dating. But it's a mess. There's too many plot lines going. Okay, no burp. You have Peter's parents and Harry Osborn, the Electro. Just a lot to take it. And then you have Peter with Gwen's dad trying to get over all that and thinking how he shouldn't be dating Gwen. It's too much. It's just messy and all that. Otherwise, I mean, it's a okay film. It's not terrible, but it's okay. Okay, there, it's an okay film. So, yeah. Let's just get into the next one. And right next is Spider-Man 3. This is just one of those, it's still overall a better film than The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's just, again, it's pretty much suffers from the same stuff as The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but it's just Peter and MJ. I know his name, but I don't know her name. I don't remember her name, but it's a movie that I grew up with, so probably being a little biased here. So it's just they don't have good chemistry. Harry suffers from amnesia, but I just wish the alley fight with Peter and Harry would have been near like the middle of the movie, because with how early on in the movie it was, we already knew Peter was gonna survive. But that's still a good action scene, though. I recommend it. It's just Topher Grace as Venom. He was a good Eddie Brock. I mean, he's an okay Eddie Brock, but it's just he was a bad Venom. I didn't like him as Venom. So, and then the Sandman. The Sandman has a pretty interesting story arc and great editing with him and the I don't remember what that thing's called, but when he turns into Sandman, that's good editing. But then you remember then you remember it's in the same movie as the Peter Parker emo dance, which is funny and kind of stupid at the same time. But again, I don't really want this video to be 45 minutes long, so I'm just going to move on to the next one. So, Spider-Man 3 is number, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not 6, 5, I'm so sorry. Alright, but this is going to be where a lot of people will disagree. This is going to be where I'm saying it's going to be harsh. Don't hate me. Coming in at number 4 is the original 2002, I think, 2002 Spider-Man film. I know y'all are gonna hate me for this. Don't. This is where it really starts going from to oh my god, this is really good. So really, I don't hate this movie. It is not. It's great. Without this film and maybe the X-Men movies, we would not have the superhero movies like we do today. We would not have the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, which would probably be a future ranking film. But other than that, I love this movie. It's just, again, same with Spider-Man 3. Then, what's her name? It doesn't say her name. Oh my gosh. What am I going to do? They don't have the things. Oh god. Okay. Oh, Kristen Dunst. Christine Dunst. I think that's it. It's probably not, but anyways, they just don't have good chemistry. Alright, that's my only really big hatreds with this film, is that I don't hate, no, not really hatreds, but they just don't have good chemistry. Like, they have really bad chemistry in these movies. They just don't. It's the chemistry. Holy cow, this lid is giving me issues. Off topic. They just don't have good chemistry. They don't. I mean, other than that, great film. It's wonderful. It's bad special effects. I'm not just crapping on a movie made from 2002 because, yeah, the CGI was bad. It's just, even there's some critics that are saying from that time that at times it looked like a video game, but I can't really hate on the movie for that. But really great movie. Like I said before, without these movies, without the original Sam Raimi trilogy, we would not have the MCU. But without the X-Men and the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, we wouldn't have the MCU. There you go. Other than that, great movie. I grew up with this film, as you know. Like I said, with Spider-Man 3, I grew up with these movies. So, yeah, there's number 4, Spider-Man 2002. Alright, these next ones are really kind of like a tie, but I'm not going to do that, so this might be where y'all agree. Again, these are really ties, but I'm not going to cheat. So, coming in, number 3, again, this is where people are going to hate me, because a lot of people have these at like have this one at like number 1 or number 2. But, I know, don't hate me. Coming in at number 3, Spider-Man 2. Again, this is really good film. Again, they just don't have good chemistry. I don't like how in each and every movie, I didn't when I was a kid, because, you know, I didn't understand this, but now I notice that in every movie, Peter is having to save Mary Jane. And I'm not a big fan of that. But, really, again, other than those two things, they didn't have good chemistry. But other than that, great film overall. A wonderful film. One of, arguably, the greatest comic book films of all time. It's great. It's fantastic. And, you know, just one of those. See, it's just my main thing, since I'm closing it out the Sam Raimi trilogy. I've never really liked Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. He was a good Peter Parker, just not a good Spider-Man. But other than that, great film. The action was great. Okay, the action was pretty good. It's just not a good Aunt May, and no, he's not a good Spider-Man. I like him as Peter Parker a lot more. But other than that, Aunt May was a wise woman, and I believe there's a hero in all of us. That speech, I like to call the "I know you're Spider-Man" speech. But Doc Ock is a wonderful villain. Same with Spider-Man. Green Goblin was phenomenal. Dr. Octopus was a good villain. And, yeah. That's... And, oh yeah, and Harry Osborn. Great acting by James Franco. I think that's his name. Decent acting by James Franco, my bad. Because it was kind of wooden at times. But other than that, I love this film. It's amazing. No pun... It's an amazing Spider-Man film. No pun intended. I don't edit videos. But, there it is. Spider-Man 2 at number 3. Again, please don't hate me. Okay. Coming in at number 2. This is where a lot of people will hate me. This, and how low I put the Sam Raimi movies. that's what people are gonna hate me for. But don't get me wrong, I like all these movies. Okay, coming in at number 2, like I said, these are a tie, and I'm not gonna cheat. Number 2, The Amazing Spider-Man. My gosh, I love this film. It's a great movie overall. The only thing really keeping it from number 1 is the fact that I didn't want a whole other origin story. They could have done like what they did with Homecoming, which we'll get to in a little bit. I wish we could have kind of skipped from stuttering my words. I kind of wish they would have skipped the Uncle Ben death storyline, but I love this film. But Andrew Garfield is a spectacular Spider-Man. Again, no pun intended. You slapper. That was cringy. But other than that, great movie, great chemistry by Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield. They have wonderful chemistry. I think it may have been during the filming of The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and so on. They were dating at the time, so that's probably it. So the directors probably told them, hey, y'all, hang out. Just don't mention y'all's real names. Just hang out. We kind of flirty with each other, you know. Yeah, all that good stuff. But other than that, it's a good movie. Not really other than that, because I really didn't say anything bad about it. It is a good movie. It is a great movie. So that's why... Oh, yeah, and he just wasn't a great Peter Parker. It says on the back, teenage social outcast. He really wasn't an outcast. When I think of Peter Parker, I think of a socially awkward guy. This guy's really not that socially awkward. But, he's not. He wasn't socially awkward in this movie. He was, like, kind of that cool guy, goes out skateboards to Coldplay. I don't know why people hate that scene. It's kind of a good scene. But Andrew Garfield is just a good actor. He was just, after this, he was just treated wrong in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. He's a good actor. Underrated, but he's really good. But other than that, I know that was kind of off topic, but it's a good movie. I recommend it if you haven't seen it. I would recommend it. And coming in at number 1, you guessed it, also a lot of people will have this at number 1, like the Spider-Man 2, is Spider-Man Homecoming. Oh my gosh, guys, this is obviously the best Spider-Man movie that we got. I don't know how Far From Home will do. I hope it is good. That's kind of why I wanted to make this movie. Oh my gosh. It's why I wanted to make this video before Far From Home came out, so that way I could see if stuff has changed a little bit. But I just wanted to go ahead and make this because this is one of those I wanted to make. But it's a great film. The only thing is that I wish we would have kind of seen some shots of Spider-Man swinging through New York City. That's what he's known for, swinging through New York City. Other than that, like I said before, it's a great film. Hardly any flaws. The flaws I'm not really going to get into. I love that it's the most relatable Spider-Man movie with a great villain. Michael Keaton as the Vulture was, it was wonderful. It was great. Didn't live up to like Tom Hiddleston's Loki and Josh Brolin's Thanos. But other than that, great movie. He's a great villain. Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man. I like the little bits with Iron Man in there as well. And I like that they kind of skipped the Uncle Ben thing. We didn't get like a whole new origin movie. It was great. You know, heck, I might be biased with some of these movies because, you know, if you know me, Spider-Man is like my favorite superhero of all time. For crying out loud. I have this. See, I love Spider-Man. I like if you can't tell, I have pretty much every single Spider-Man movie besides the one from the 70s, which we can't get into that. That was kind of... Oh, yeah. Speaking of Spider-Man, with these movies, I'm being kind of biased. That's why I say I don't really hate any of them, because, you know, I love Spider-Man and all that. But, again, let's go back to the movie thing. Got off topic. I love the fact that they didn't have, like, nothing but the Avengers. I like that it took place... Like, I like that they threw in the little villain thing, like, why he became the villain. And I like that. I like that it opened off with the ending of the Battle of New York, like the aftermath, because we didn't get to see that. We really didn't get to see that except just a little bit in the Avengers, but it was still a very good film. I mean, I like this movie in every way, mostly because it's really relatable and just a good film. Tom Holland, like I said before, the best Spider-Man. And yeah, so that's all that we have for today. I'll probably get into another ranking film. By the way, if you have any ideas for a ranking film, leave them down in the comments. But again, please don't hate me for putting the Sam Raimi movies so low on the list. I don't hate them. I love the Sam Raimi films, except for Spider-Man 3. Sorry, Sam. Sorry, Sam Raimi. But other than that, I love them all. I like all these movies. Very good. Except for maybe The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3. But other than that, great films. They're all good. Leave your list down below in the comments so I can see and we can have a little conversation, respectful conversation, down in the comments below. And again, I know some of y'all are going to agree with me with Spider-Man 2, because, a lot of people have that at, like, number 1 or 2. But again, like I said, I mean, it was really a tie with The Amazing Spider-Man. But, like I said, like in all these videos, like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Again, leave a good little thing down below for what I should rank next. If y'all want me to, I might rank the Star Wars movies, and heck, I might even rank Batman movies if y'all want me to. So, is there anything else you can rank, or y'all have an idea for? Okay, no. Heck, and if y'all want me to, I'll rank the MCU movies. I have almost every one of them. But again, like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. See y'all in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.